The basics of money and crypto. Before we start talking about cryptocurrency as a new kind of money or a new medium of financial exchange, we should ask ourselves, where did the concept of money come from? The first kind of currency was in the form of barter. The farmer would exchange apples for wood from the carpenter. Barter is still used until this day in many forms. Just ask the kids at a playground, and they will explain it to you. As trade expanded across borders, the need for a standard unit of measurement for value became necessary. This led to the agreement that coins made from precious metals like silver and gold could be used. But as trade grew, merchants didn't want to carry around heavy metal coins in large commercial transactions, so they carried paper receipts instead. These paper receipts were usually a proof of transferring the coins from one person to another, without the need to move it physically. And this is how the first known paper money was developed. We have come a long way from bartering, exchanging goods, using metal to using paper as money, and this process took centuries. And with the invention of computers, the money itself became digital instead of actual paper. So what is fiat money? The expression fiat came from the Latin word meaning let it be done or happen. Humans decided that money, a useless paper, had a real value, and they made it happen. Fiat is simply the government-issued money like the dollar, euro, or pound. It can be in a form of paper, coin, or digital as numbers on computers. The value of fiat currencies depends on agreement between people, companies, and governments. You can buy a drink for $1, and then the shopkeeper can use that dollar to buy bread. The paper is only worth what two people agree on its being worth. If, for example, you're on a deserted island with millions of dollars in cash, it would be worth nothing unless someone else agreed to take your so-called money and give you something else in exchange, like coconuts or apples. One of the biggest problems with fiat money is that when you store it, we totally depend on banks and financial institutions to keep the money safe and move it for us. Few questions should be raised in this regard. What do we do if the bank makes an error with our money and they don't admit it? What if they increase charges, commissions, and interest rates? What if the bank starts putting restrictions on money withdrawal and transfer? What if the bank doesn't accept you sending money to someone else or accept it with too many questions and limits? What if the bank, instructed by the government, decided to block or freeze your money, or even worse, to take a chunk out of it for whatever reason? Well, all these questions and scenarios have happened and are happening every day around the world. In fact, the simple answer to all these questions is that when it comes to your own money at the bank, you're at the mercy of your government and your bank. How cryptocurrency technology is trying to solve the problem. The main advantage of most of the cryptocurrencies, starting with Bitcoin as the first and most popular one, is the fact that it's decentralized, meaning it's not controlled by one person, one company, or even one government. Actually, it's not controlled by anyone at all. The technology behind it is called a blockchain. It provides you the possibility to hold your digital assets as a form of money. It's kept encrypted. From here comes crypto. Secured and decentralized. Only you as the owner have access to it, and you're free to manage it any way you like. Since we established that fiat money has value only because two or more people have agreed on that, the same thing with this cryptocurrency. Millions of people have agreed that it's very useful and revolutionary, but that it's started to have real value. People are transferring it between each other and exchanging it against other valuable items, such as gold, cars, houses, and even against the traditional fiat money. In our next lesson, we'll talk in more depth about the blockchain technology, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies to try to understand how exactly it's working and how it has become so popular.